Hey there, I'm Christine Collins, and I wanted to share with you today something that I get asked about really often that I think is very important for creators to understand. The importance of puttering, or the importance of wasting time, or the importance of creative downtime. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily truly wasting time. Having time that's unstructured and also letting yourself off the hook. So I'm going to talk about this in terms of getting your ducks in a row because it is a very commonly used phrase that I have used myself. And I thought about it and realized that getting your ducks in a row, it can at times be very unconstructive. So I think we have sort of the societal standard that you've got to have these ducks lined up in a row, like where everything is flowing perfectly and smoothly. You've gotten all your work done. You've ticked off all your tasks. And while there's nothing wrong with that, it's always a good feeling to tick off your tasks. And I like doing that myself. At the same time, when you are a creator, as all online entrepreneurs are, whether you are creating your content, whether you are writing your sales copy, whether you are designing a new program or service for your clients, or the way even that you're delivering your service and how you're interacting with clients, all of that requires you to be a creator in some way. And we can sometimes stifle that creator mode in us by being so heavily focused on getting the ducks in a row. Because some days it is a matter of choosing between ticking off the tasks or allowing yourself free time to putter and putts and just kind of luxuriate in the non-achievement. And it's okay every once in a while to do that. Obviously, there are certain things that we have to accomplish or have to do each day. But I encourage you to allow for creative downtime in your schedule. And if that means that you have to block it off in your calendar, then I encourage you to do that. And further, if you do block it off in your calendar, do make sure that you don't just replace it with catching up on a different task because that's not its purpose. So you're not clearing your calendar or creating that space so that you can go and get into the backlog of the other things that didn't get finished or allow for someone else to come into that time and space and clog up that block for you. That time is dedicated to putzing. And it may be that you don't accomplish anything. It may be that you write 3 blogs in that time because you were so inspired. But just allowing for yourself to have that time and that space of not having your ducks in a row, letting them wander off, letting them get muddy, letting them get into a mess, just like when we were kids and we had to play. We had to sometimes dump out the toy box. We had to sometimes get our faces and hands covered in paint. This is the emotional equivalent of letting yourself get covered in paint. You don't physically have to do that, although you certainly can if you choose. But this is more about allowing your ducks to get out of line, allowing them to get out of the row, and allowing yourself to relax and to really give yourself a moment, whether it's to do nothing. You could sit there and do nothing. You could meditate if you want to. But whatever it is, I encourage it to be unplanned and unstructured. So if you have that hour in your calendar or 30 minutes or whatever it is, when you get to that time, you can say, I feel like meditating. I feel like writing. That's perfectly fine. Just don't force it. Don't get it in your head, as you're going into your day, like, oh, I've got that 30 minutes today scheduled. Better get that blog written. That's a duck in a row. Get your duck out of the row and let your duck wander and decide what is it that you most feel like doing in that moment. Maybe it's working on a project that's been in the toy box. That's kind of like the fun thing it's just not very practical. As a result, you haven't dedicated any time or energy to it. Maybe that's the time to play with that project and just see what happens. Just make it allowable, something that is non-structured or non-demanding on you, that you can truly just relax and enjoy that little bit of time, like that little breather, and allow yourself to feel refreshed by it. So the message here is let the ducks get out of the row. Let yourself get your hands in the paint or in the clay or whatever that looks like for you, and give yourself and your creator mind, which needs that relaxation, to just breathe and let the ducks get to have a little bit of fun. So I hope you found this interesting. I'm Christine Collins. You can check out my work at transformcreate.com. And in the meantime, I hope that you have an absolutely magical and creative rest of your day.